Greetings, fellow space nerds, humans of Earth, and beyond. I'm Cornelius, back again with another Starfield shipbuilding video. Build number 117, Red Hand. A Class C, heavy frigate. The Grizzly Gears privateers are branching out and will now be offering weapon sales and delivery. Homestead just get raided by pirates? Did your mining crew barely survive that spacer encounter? Having problems with local wildlife? Whatever your needs are for the finest handheld weaponry in the settled systems, GGP has you covered. For a fee, of course. I don't always get to roleplay a bit with my ships, but this one was pretty fun to do. The age of the traveling salesman is back. I tried to set up this interior in a way that made sense for a traveling arms dealer. The 1x1 armory hab from, was it Grav's hab? Grav's hab or G-Tech definitely made this possible, and it is a highlight for sure. Let's check her out. Some shapes are just rather classic. This thin wedge or diamond shape prevails. I set up these Avon tanks up front in close proximity to the Matilda flak guns to basically kind of be like ammo drums. The heavy laser armament is actually a lot more fun than I thought. Pairing the Matilda lasers with Class C razors pretty much melts shields. Not that the Matilda lasers needed much help, but it's a fun setup. I'm a sucker for a nice engine arrangement. Let's check this interior out. Now we've got two entry doors on either side. So everything is connected by a shroud, empty 1x1. There's our inventory kiosk. Wrap around this wall. I wanted to try to divide the space in a way maybe I hadn't before. And here is our armory sales room. Filled it with about as many guns as I could. Whatever you fancy, we got it. When I first saw this hab, it really felt like overkill for just being added to any type of ship, just because there were so many weapon mounts. But then the thought came to me, oh well, what if the ship is a arms dealer and there's plenty of weapon mounts? and the idea for this bird was born. Unfortunately, you can see these weapon racks are still glitched, so the guns appear in a conga line. Not funny. It is kind of funny. Yeah, and that's the showroom. Now let's head up to deck number 2. This is the control room and the cockpit. Here's our suit locker. These are those Pathfinder suits. Pretty sweet. I use the helmet armory mod as well. They got a bunch of cool helmets. You can kind of mix and match. Here's a small med station. And our control room area. And this back half made into a weapons workshop and another area for storage. Tillaja, love that guy. Shield booster. There's our workbench, little research station. Pretty decent use of the space, I think. And we'll head up to deck number 3 before we return to this deck. This is the 2x1 Shroud living quarters, or all in one berth, empty. Got the 2 more beds here, so she'll sleep 6. I keep coming up with different ways to decorate these same habs, at least so far. It's gotta run out sooner or later. Alright, back down to deck number 2, and we'll continue forward. I wanted to fit some type of a bathroom up here for the crew, flight crew, so I used some better buildable walls action and put a little half bath in here. I was surprised that it fit the way it did. Cool beans. And now we're in the cockpit. Some extra guns. We are gun runners, of course. Didn't add too much to this cockpit. We do have a little bit of clipping in there, but it's not too much to be a problem. Alright, let's build this bad girl. Here is step 1, walkable spaces. Our habs, our cockpit, the bay, and the docker. Really simple initial setup. I'll see ya in step 2. Step 2, the bow. These Matilda armor plates, still loving them. I really like using these trim pieces to seal up any small gaps you might see. Sort of melts the hull together in a more realistic way. Sometimes I find it's easier just to move pieces out of the way instead of merging, depending on, well, especially if you have a lot of attachment points in close proximity to each other. Perfect example right here. I should have just taken one of those Deimos wings off, and then these spines would have attached much easier. So this setup for the ammo drums close to our flat guns requires these Hope-Tech pipes to be merged within each other, basically occupying the slame is not a word, same spot. Here's our miniguns. This is just a weapon plate merged in with that weapon mount, so you can get all three together in a linear fashion. So we'll attach these Matilda flak cannons inside these Nova cowlings first, because our Hope-Tech pipes are going to attach to those equipment plates. I apologize for whatever reason throughout these build videos. I was having a really difficult time with either my controller or the game was just buggy, but it was very difficult to select certain parts, and unfortunately you'll see in the next couple videos I'm having the same problem. But once you get everything selected, you're going to want to merge it into these same slots, and it should fit just fine. Step 3, our aft fuselage, as well as our reactor and grav drive. You could definitely run a larger fuel tank here. This is just what I ended up with. So you're going to have to merge these Deimos bellies so they're attaching to those decorative shields. Step 4, engines and cargo. I do not know why, but these Avon Tech wings gave me so much more trouble here in this breakdown than they did when I originally put this ship together. But eventually I get it in the orientation that it's supposed to be in. Step 5, the wings. Now this merge, well, this set of merges is a bit much, and I know that I was all over the place when I was building this bird, but I've left one wing intact for reference. Since this is a symmetrical build, if you can build one wing, you can build two wings. This Deimos wing right here is actually the only place where the majority of this wing actually connects to the ship, so we must place that first. Everything else is pretty simple now that it's broken out like this, but follow these steps and you'll get it assembled. these two Nova Cowlings are actually redundant. You can barely see them in the completed design, and they don't serve really any purpose, so that's on you. Here's our interior window. Of course, you're just going to mirror the other side, but attached to this other Nova Cowling, we've got our Martillage shield booster, as well as our armor trim pieces to fill out the window. Now this cargo here is just decorative. If you wanted it to all be legit cargo, you could do it. You'd have to change these engines to the Class B version to get enough engine thrust to keep the mobility up, and you would have to add probably at least one more, most likely two more gear, so you don't get overweight. Now, these Taiyo gear attach to the bottom of that equipment plate, so place that plate first on this Trinity cowling, do a little merge, and now we have our rear gear. And there we are. The red hand is yours. If you made it this far, you're cool. Thank you. All of the continued support is much appreciated. You all know what to do. Like, comment, share, sub if you're not already. Please the algorithm gods. The role-playing aspect of this build was a highlight for me. I don't usually get into the ships in that aspect a whole lot, but this one was cool. I was asked if I had any UC cruisers in the works, and I actually do. So that's coming up next per request. I have been building a lot. I built 2 new ships just yesterday. The hangar is full, so as I get the time, I will keep putting these videos out. I enjoy building all kinds of ships, from battle cruisers down to tiny fighters. If any of you want to see anything specific, let me know down in the comments. I am open to it. I appreciate all of you, as always. Cornelius. You can find me in the Star Yard